Hi Chris, talking tonight after a disappointing FA Trophy exit in the hands of Coalville. 3-1 was the final result, but 3-0 down after just 10 minutes. Can't give a team a 3-goal head start.
You can't give a team, any team, let alone Coalville, congratulations to them. Like it's a thoroughly deserved victory. I need to watch it back to really digest what exactly happened in that first 10-15 minutes. Just fully understand where it all went wrong. Well, my understanding in my head at the moment is the amount of output physically we put into that period and how we worked collectively. The goals, we've given them the first one, we've then given the ball away straight away for the second one. We've probably not identified that the movement isn't quite there, so we spoke before the game. If you're not going through a team, you've got to go over or around them, and I think we kept trying to go through them when it weren't working, and we've got to problem solve better. But effectively the tie's over after 10 minutes, and it allows question of character, because I know the preparation that's gone into that game doesn't match the performance for them first 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, and I think obviously a bit shell-shocked after a while, but it took us a while to even kind of get into the game, possibly a little more second half, but throughout the first half we just seemed to be second to a lot of balls.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing you shout like drop zones and just not really picking that up at all.
No, do you know what they're very good at is Coalville are very good at getting to drop zones, and then they filter the ball wide, and then their movement in front of that, what we call the second 18-yard box, is excellent, and we've allowed them to do it far too much. So we've got to look at that, and I think I'll fine-tooth comb that first half, because we've got tough games coming up, and I've got lads. That's arguably what's probably the most frustrating thing. Is that's the strongest side we've been able to put out, and I thought that, to a man, performance-wise, first half last week, I thought it would be harsh to leave anybody out. I thought everyone done their job, and we wanted a similar job being done today, but it was chalk and cheese what we got first half Leamington compared to first half there. So, yeah, there's just so much going on, a bit of disbelief, Neil, to be honest, that we've put that in, and we're talking about wanting people to come down and watch games and improve crowds and whatnot, but we've got to give them a reason to spend their money to come in the gate, and we can't do that. And listen, we've had a go second half, but that ain't a test of a man, is it? When the chips are down and it's easy, all the pressure's off. Second half, we're 3-0 down, they've sat off, they've protected what they've got, and they look to hit us on a counter, another thing they're very good at. And we've huffed and puffed, and we've created good chances. It's just too little, too late, and so I don't want to say well done for the second half performance, because it's easy to play with freedom when you're sort of expected to lose anyway. The pressure's off it.
And then, it's sort of like no rest at all, really. Straight into a tough game next Saturday, Mickleover away. Flying at the moment.
Yep.
It's not going to be easy.
No, you've got Mickleover, then you've got Halzo in, and, well, depending on what Needham have done, we've either got Needham or a free week, which is devastating, to be honest. Right, okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 this month. So there's absolutely no way I can let them get away with what they did for the first 10 minutes. Like, I'd probably understand if we hadn't worked heavily on expectations and understandings. But yeah, before passing too much, focusing on positives. It's nice to have Ron back. We had a full bench. We've got the least amount of injuries. Obviously, Chadders was a huge blow, and Noah's come into a difficult situation, which was made tougher by the boys in front of him. I think that they've let him down a little bit, so he's come in to effectively do us a favour from Orient, and he's been given no protection whatsoever.
And so, really, the least you're going to want to see is a reaction next Saturday.
Yeah, it is, Neil. But how many times do we keep saying we need a reaction? We need a reaction. Like we need consistency.
Yeah.
And probably looking at the player of the month for this month, if you look at it, the front runners were defensive players. and that needs to change. That's been 2 months in a row where a defensive player has won the Player of the Month, and that needs to be turned on its head a little bit if we're going to consider staying in and around where we are. And I guess, listen, there is no luxury of going out the trophy. Again, we've taken moments away from fans where Ebbsfleet ain't going to happen. Boreham Wood coming down here ain't going to happen, and that's the frustrating thing. But we need to find a level of consistency where the lads know, I know what I'm going to get out of them, rather than it's a bit of a toss of a coin with a few. So I don't want it, it's not us and them, we're in it together. But I think there's times where we as staff will hold our hands up, and I think it's probably the lads from a defensive and an attacking capacity have got to hold their hands up for that first half and apologise and make it better.
Cheers, Chris.
Thank you, mate.
You fronting up and coming out.
No, I think it's important to do so when we lose, so there's no hiding. We just need to take ownership of stuff.
Nice one.
Cheers, mate.